Today on Gadget Class, we're taking a look at the SJ4000. This is a action camera, very similar in design and functionality to the GoPro. In fact, it uses most of the same GoPro mounts, so that makes it really versatile. This actually wins my Best in Class award in action cameras. It is actually one step above the GoPro Hero 3 in pretty much every way. Not quite as good as the GoPro Hero 4, but the GoPro Hero 4 cost about $500. This costs you less than $90. If you want to buy one of these, click on the little eye guy up here. Just hover over or click on the screen for you mobile device users, and you'll see a little eye appear right up here. Just click on that eye. You'll see a link that'll take you straight to Amazon. Make sure you get the one that is shipped and fulfilled by Amazon, the one that says Amazon Prime shipping. You want to make sure it's an authentic SJ cam. There are actually 4 or 5 different people out there making clones, and the clones don't quite add up to the quality of the SJ cam. You need to make sure you get an authentic one. So make sure you go with the one that is Amazon Prime shipping. When you get it, scratch this off, go to the website, make sure your serial number matches up. As long as you get an authentic one, you can't go wrong for $90. Pretty much the best action cam you can buy for the money. Let's take a look at the specs on this thing. In terms of megapixels, it's actually a step above the GoPro Hero 3 Plus at 12 megapixels. The only edge that the GoPro Hero 3 Plus has on the SJ4000 is the ability to do 60 frames per second in full 1080p. But honestly, most people are only going to be shooting in 24 or 29 frames per second anyways. Those are the European and national frames per second standards. So when you go to upload it to YouTube or whatever you're going to do with it, most of the time you're going to end up in 30 frames per second anyways. So that's not a big deal. If you jump up to the SJ5000, they've got the SJ5000, the 5000 Plus, and the 5000 Wi-Fi. While the 5000 does have a better CMOS sensor, and it can do higher megapixels, and it can do full 60 frames per second in 1080p. The price is up there around $170, and it's just not worth it to double the price. You're just about doubling the price, and you're not getting that many more features. This one has Wi-Fi, this one has cyclic recording, this one has time-lapse. You can control it from your Android or iOS-based phone. It's got every feature you've come to love in the GoPro series for half the price. You can use all the same mounts. It's really a no-brainer. Wide angle, 170 degrees, and you can actually use it as a dash cam. The GoPro cameras, the Hero 3, doesn't have a feature where it automatically starts recording when you turn it on. With the SJ4000, you put it into car mode, and the instant you power on the USB, you will start recording. So you turn on cyclic recording in car mode. Every time it gets powered on, it starts recording, and it starts recording in file segments, and it'll automatically delete the oldest files when it runs out of space on the device. So let's take a look at this bad boy here. In the box, you actually get a lot of really cool stuff that you would have to buy separately with a GoPro. And that's another thing that really sets it apart. In terms of size in the case, we're looking at about 2 3/4. It's got a mount on there, so we'll measure it to the middle of the clamp mount, so 2 3/4. And 2. Nice and small. And that's in the case. Outside the case, it's even smaller. It's got a nice tight-fitting case. All of the buttons are sealed with O-rings and double seals. Well-designed case. All the buttons are really well-designed. Just as good of a case as you would expect with a GoPro. It does use the same mounting setup as a GoPro. The only one that's slightly different is the one here on the case itself. It's slightly wider. So there are some mounts where you might have to, it might only go to a certain degree like that. But probably 95% of all mounts it'll work. All the rest of the accessories work just the same. So let's take a look at the camera itself. This one is nice and small. we're looking at about 2 1/4, about 1 5/8, 1 1/2, and 1, and then 1 1/4, 1 3/16 with the lens. Nice and small. Alright, here's the #1 reason why it's better than the GoPro. It's got an LCD display. You don't get that on the GoPros unless you add it on, and then you're looking at another $200. That alone makes it worth $90 all day long. And very simple operation. Put it in camera mode. It is 12 megapixels and it does have HDR mode. And there's our menus. You can't go to the menu mode on the GoPro like this, can you? You can also set all these settings from your smartphone as well. But you got your resolution, TV out, OSD, video, time-lapse, capture mode, cyclic record. That's where it'll record file chunks and automatically delete. Like if you set it to 10 minutes, it'll automatically record in 10-minute segments, and once it gets to the end of the card, it'll automatically start deleting the older files. So that's good for car mode. And HDR motion detection. You can actually use it as a game cam and have it start taking pictures when it detects motion. That's a nice feature. It does have a little speaker built in right there. And you can actually control the white balance. The color, the ISO, and the exposure. Which is nice. Anti-shake. It's got auto rotate, so it'll automatically rotate the screen. Probably once we get back into the main menu. And you got your Wi-Fi mode, your car mode, all of that fun stuff. So let's go back here. Let's try this auto rotate. Okay, so it rotated the orientation of the actual screen. It flipped the CMOS input. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and change that back. For testing purposes. So overall, the menu system, the buttons, they all work really well. They're pretty intuitive and easy to understand. There you've got your mini HDMI, your USB, your micro SD card slot, the battery. Go ahead and turn it off real quick. Just like the GoPro. And I believe that's it, yeah, 900 milliamp hours. Some of the problems with the clones is that the SJ Cam batteries don't fit in the clone, so that's one indication that you got a clone as well. So that's pretty much it for operation. Let's do the full unboxing here, show you what all you get in the box. You've got your handlebar mount. You got your power adapter. You've got your USB cable. You've got an extra back case cover, just in case yours gets all scratched up. You got an extra one there. You got a little set of strap mounts here. A couple Velcros, round Velcros. One strap. Two straps. helmet mount. This is a good one here, a clip mount. You can actually clip it to your belt, clip it to the rim of your hat, clip it to like an armband, clip it to a chest mount. That's a really nice one to have, a clip mount. Here's a right angle adapter. Here's a smaller right angle adapter. All this stuff for the GoPro, you end up having to buy some cheap kit from China and end up spending all kinds of money on mounts and stuff. Here's your camera mounts. This is nice. That way you can use it on your standard tripods and camera mounts. You've got both a male and a female camera mount there, 1/4" stud. That's a good thing to have. Here's our skeleton case. Nice skeleton case with the camera mount. And you can clip these onto the clip like that. So there's your skeleton case. That's a nice setup there. They include 2 female helmet mount sets for the mounts. Like so. I'll give you 2 of those so you can mount one to your helmet and somewhere else. And then here we got a non-right angle adapter. So they give you pretty much every adapter you would normally buy in a kit for your GoPro. A couple zip ties. A little wrench for doing the bolt and the knurl nut. Some extra adhesive, a little braided steel lanyard. And then here's our manual. I'm sure you're going to find plenty of English in there. I can tell from the software that they didn't spend a whole lot of time customizing the language for English speakers, but it's all there and it's all pretty easy to understand. So that's what we get in the box. Pretty good setup for the money. All that for 90 bucks. You can't really beat that. All those, cleaning cloth. That's a good deal. You get all that stuff for under $90. And I just made a mess, didn't I? Let's clean up some of this crap. Now, let's get into Wi-Fi mode and how you can use it with a camera. So in order to connect it to your phone, all you're going to do is go into your Wi-Fi settings. You're going to press the up arrow here. That puts it in Wi-Fi seek mode. Turn it on. So press the up button, puts it in Wi-Fi seek mode, and it'll pop up on your Wi-Fi. This is a really old phone. It was the only spare one I had. It'll show up as the SJ4000 Wi-Fi. Connect. And now we're connected. So now we're going to go back to our SJ Cam software. I'll show you what that looks like on the Play Store here. You got to make sure you get the right one. There's 2 different ones. Get the one that looks like that. Okay. Don't get the Wi-Fi Action Camera one. Get the one that says SJ Cam HD. Go ahead and install that. Once you have Wi-Fi connected, you're just going to click on Connect Your Camera, and it's connected. So now we can control not only the settings of the phone, but we can see what we're seeing in the viewfinder. We can set it to taking pictures mode. We can set it to time delay, That's the English I'm talking about. Time take photos instead of time lapse, you know. But it works. You understand what it is. So we could put this in video mode here. Hit record. And there it goes. It's recording. Stop. And there's our files. You can do all that with Wi-Fi. The performance is kind of slow on Wi-Fi, just like the GoPro. The GoPro has the same Wi-Fi latency problems that this does, but it works perfectly well. And it wants to download that. I guess you can't play directly to the app because it has to download it over USB, but that's normal. So you can come in here, you can change all of your settings. Pretty much all the settings you could normally change on the device itself, you can change through the Wi-Fi application. You can take pictures, record videos. Really simple, and it works pretty well. So overall, for 90 bucks, you cannot beat it. With the color viewfinder, being able to set your options on the screen, take pictures, review your pictures. If you got a bad picture, you can go in and look. If it's bad, you can take another one. You can't really do that with the GoPro. And for where technology is today, that's why I don't really recommend the GoPros. I mean, the kind of stuff they're packing into phones these days, the GoPro is way behind even what our phones can do. Even though they do have the nice like action mounts and all that, I think GoPro is kind of inflated on price, and they can do a lot more for the money. And that's why I give this the Gadget Class Best in Class Award. For under $90, you get pretty much all the features of GoPro Hero 3, all these mounts, you get all this stuff. It's a great deal any day of the week. So if you want to buy one of your own, go ahead and click on the little eye guy up here. Click on the eye, go straight to Amazon. Make sure you get the one that's shipped and fulfilled by Amazon with Amazon Prime shipping. That way you know you're getting an authentic SJ Cam SJ4000. There's other sellers on there selling them, and if you go down the Amazon reviews, you see people complaining of getting some sort of clone. That's because they didn't buy the one that was fulfilled by Amazon. Okay, so overall, I'm not going to do a video test for you. You can find hundreds of those on YouTube. I'm just recommending the 4000 over all the GoPro Hero series and over the SJ5000 series. It's just the best bang for the buck all across the board. No questions asked. This is the one you want. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and watch the rest of the videos in the Best in Class series.